Hey, what up, guys? This is ST Owl and my boy Vincent. And today, Vincent Valentine. Today, we're going to do a manga review on Solo fucking Leveling. All right, Vincent.
Let's go.
You want to get started, or you want me to start it off?
You can start it off, brother.
All right. So, Solo Leveling is a manga. I think it's a webtoon, actually. It's a webtoon.
It's a webtoon.
All right, but it's a webtoon about this world, basically, where these gates start opening up in the real world, and monsters just start invading everywhere. I think it's in Korea. Monsters start invading, so they got to figure out a way to battle these guys. So they open up a new job, and this job is basically like, they're called hunters. And basically what these hunters do, they go into these gates, these rift gates, and they fight the monsters. That way they don't invade into the real world, because like when they do, everybody dies. Everybody just started dying left and right, because it's like big body monsters, like big ass gargantuan giants that are just like slashing these dudes. So it's kind of cool because it kind of looks like a video game, but it's actually real life. So you're gonna see people just walking down the street, maybe with like armor on and like weapons, and they have classes like mages, swordsmen. You know, you got your tanks, you got your healers, which are support, things like that, which is really fucking cool. But the hard thing about it is, like, if you're just a weak person, you're probably just gonna be a weak hunter unless you just like really refine yourself and hone your skills and your ability, which is like what the main character is, or was. This dude started off. So there's ranks. There's E to S. So I think it goes like E, B, C, no, E, C, B, A, S. I think that's the ranks.
Yeah, S is the last rank.
Yeah, S is the last rank. So our guy, the MC, is literally rank E, but he's the worst rank E. Like, but he never gives up. He never stops. So he's just in these dungeons, damn near dying. Because if you die inside the dungeons, like, that's it. You're done. Because it's not a game. And the MC's name is Sung Jin Woo. Like, oh my god. Like, you even like him at the start because he really never gives up, and he always tries to do his best, and he always goes in there. You know, typical MC shit, but this guy's a little different. He's a bit more honest. He's a bit more down to earth with it. And that's what I like about him. And so,
yeah, that's true.
Right, in the state of the world, it's just crazy shit going on. There's guilds which act as companies, and if you don't know what a guild is basically, you know, like an organization of warriors, basically. But these guys in this manga, this webtoon, the guilds are like companies where they're sending people out, they're hiring people, they're making money off of like appearances, protecting people, and things like that. So it's actually kind of cool. Like, it's a cool take on it. I guess it's like if our world and the gaming world like were to merge. So one thing me and Vincent like about this is the art style. The art style is so crisp.
Amazing.
Right. It's so crisp, so clean. Like when you're scrolling, it's like real-time fights. Because you're scrolling and you don't see what's happening until you get to that point. It's not like all laid out for you on just like that little scene for you. Like, what do you like most about Solo Leveling, Vincent, if you had to say?
My favorite things about Solo Leveling is just, you know, like you said, the art. The art is amazing. It really speaks for itself. It's some of the best art that you will see in webtoons. The art are usually in color, so that's always fun. And then the character designs are some of my favorite things because, like, in Korea, the designs I feel like they're different. They got a lot more versatility. All the women are beautiful and they wear different outfits, and it's just a lot more fashionable than it would be in a normal thing. And then the fight scenes. The fight scenes are a little different from manga, traditional manga, because choreography is a little bit different. The color and the way that they usually draw the fight scenes is a lot different, but it's very, very enjoyable because the art is so beautiful.
You're not wrong, bro. Like, watching those fights, like reading them, I felt like I was getting too into it because it's like they're like bouncing around the screen. It's like big ass DBZ battles. Like, oh my god. Like, dude pans out, you can see his eyes glowing behind who's ever he's fighting, and then like you see it, it almost feels like real time. Like, in my opinion, like this would be the closest thing to an anime. Like, if more mangas like wrote like this and like put out their stories like this is the closest you could get to an anime without having just like real animation moving across the screen.
I definitely feel you. I really feel like webtoons are the future of the just this genre of the manga and the Japanese Asian comic situation. Definitely. And it's very exciting because I love this. I love like isekais in general, anything to do with RPG, video game kind of format. And this is a very just like, it's not the most like original thing in the world, but its execution of it is very well done. And it just keeps you entertained and you want to know what happens next all the time, constantly. True,
bro. You really do, bro. Like, I started reading it and I just couldn't stop. Like, I just kept scrolling. And when I got to the last page, I felt lost. Like, I didn't want to do anything else unless it was like solo leveling.
Like, I definitely felt the same way. It's one of those things that if you're somebody that's you care about just like having this intricate plot and you just love like amazing writing, this webtoon is not necessarily for you. But if you just love a badass MC and you just love watching his journey and you just love adventure and action, this is definitely something for you, because everything in this just gets better and better. You see the main character start from somebody who didn't really feel useful, but he feel like he needed to be a certain way to help his family. There's someone where you see a shift in tone and you see like his growth and his just kind of like almost anti-hero level of decision making.
Right. Dude, he's so fucking cool. Like, his whole personality changes, like the character development. Like, well, I guess that'll change if like you were considered weak and then you like get the power to do all the things that you've been wanting to do. But even the way that he carries his power is so lit. Like, I love it so much because he's not like cocky. He's not braggadocious in the slightest. Like, this dude is he's all action, no talk. Like, if I had to say it.
Yeah, he's very serious in demeanor, and he's just a very like, you see, like one thing he always had is that he had a good mind on him. He had a good head on his shoulders, and him just, I think it's a little bit of like him getting stronger. It's just that it had this level of calmness on him that he didn't have, because as you get stronger, you worry less about things, because he was always kind of like frantic a lot of the times because he was so weak and he couldn't defend himself.
Right.
But now that he has the power to do that, he no longer needs to be that way. He can, observe, process the situation, and he still had. And the thing about Soul Level is that for a while, if you look at it on the forefront, it kind of feels like he doesn't have a lot of things when he gets stronger that are necessarily threatening him, but he still struggles in some regard, and he has to constantly, figure out things that he didn't know before because he never was involved.
Right. And I think they did that really cool. Like, how do you feel about the future of it? Like, where do you think it's gonna go?
Well, the crazy thing is there are light novels out for it. I've never read those, so neither one of us have. So we're not gonna spoil anybody on that. But I think he's at a currently thing, without trying to spoil too much for anybody watching this. I think he's leading down a road where he is going to begin to struggle a little more than he has been recently, because there are a lot of events that are going on where seems like the future of what they usually deal with is not the same. These enemies are unlike anything they've dealt with on any level.
Right. Definitely true. And then they start to introduce like someone above S tier, like these beings above S tier, like hunters. I think they're called nation level hunters.
Yeah, they introduced a new level to the power scaling, because one thing that I thought is just like, when you read it at first, you kind of think that S hunters are the end all be all, but the more you get into it, the more you realize that, hey, that's not true,
bro. And when I learned that, I was like, there's something above this. Like, oh no.
Right, we have no idea like where they're gonna stop and where the level of power scaling is gonna stop. We don't know if they're gonna turn into like city destroyers, world destroyers. We don't know.
We really don't. It's looking really fucking cool so far though. Like, I'm enjoying this ride.
Definitely, for sure.
Dude, like, you gotta watch it. And I know I may say this a lot because I really only review things that like I enjoy, but I'm definitely gonna give a shot like to more other things, just like try to broaden my horizons, if you will. But
Definitely.
I enjoyed it so much. It was just so good. Like Vincent said,
man.
like, it's not just like predicated upon just like complex dialogue and things like that, but it just keeps you wanting more. Like, it's so good. It's so good in my opinion. I'm biased to it now because like anything solo leveling, like, I gotta see it. Even with the updates, like, I'm trying so hard not to like stay updated because I want it to stack, but it's hard, and I always find myself just like going to it and just like wanting to know what happened because things start. I
definitely feel that. It's definitely one of those things that I read weekly, and right now, currently I have it at an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if the plot thickens and gets any more interesting or anything more intricate to it, because it's a very straightforward series.
Right.
You know, we both sit here and the things that we said in here are not really spoilers because you realize those things fairly quickly as you read the series without giving away like other characters and situations that Sung Jin Woo is in.
Yeah.
So this series is very straightforward. You know, if you're coming here looking for some intricate level of writing, as I stated, you're probably not going to find it with this series. But if you just want something that's very fun and you're just like craving for more every chapter, you're going to really enjoy this.
Very much so. I agree with Vincent. And for my rating, I think I'm biased now, but I'm going to slap a fat 9 on it, and averaging it out with me and Vincent's score, that rounds up to 8.5.
Yep.
And it deserves it, man. Honestly, like, I'm just eager to see what else happens. I'm eager to see if they animate it, like, just so many things with this.
Damn.
Man, I think that'll do it for this manga review. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been ST Owl and
Vincent Valentine.
Hey, we'll see you guys next time.